fake things that never happened so that she could then get viewers. She makes tens of thousands of dollars by...
Oh, who's this one from? This was in her own contact, her ex-mod. Oh, don't hear from me, but I can't watch this any longer. I can't stand seeing you upset. Watch this any longer. I can't stand... What are they doing? Telling the truth about her? Maybe somebody with... Since she's got that extra chromosome, you know, somebody could help... Extra chromosome, you know, somebody could help her comprehend that she's digging her ass a big fucking hole.
She's a wannabe actress on TikTok where she creates fake drama. She's never met my clients before. She's never seen them.
Again, I'm asking y'all to help me look for death threats within this evidence packet.
My clients have never texted her. They've never called her. Both of them are from out of state. And one is from Indiana. Miss Laura Harding is from Indiana and flew here for this.
Well, I'd like to see her do that.
Natasha Brown is from Ohio and flew here for this. She has filed fake injunctions in...
Again, I'm having you all help me go through these documents that she turned in for her case. You know, those 300 death threats that she swore she turned in last night. Thank you. Anybody seeing any death threats in this packet of evidence? I sure don't.
DuPage County, Illinois, they were all dismissed. I can put the names on the record later. It'll be part of my case. She has also filed one with Laura Harding, who's here, a fake injunction that was done in Monroe County. That hearing happened back in September. It was denied by the court up there, and then she refiled here. This person, it's come to my attention, is going to be putting these proceedings on TikTok for a financial...
Unalive, sorry.
Is nothing more than someone who's abusing the court system for financial gain. There's been no threats ever, not one time. And I believe that's what the evidence is going to show. The temporaries...
Y'all see any of those in here?
And they were not granted for a reason.
Sorry, I'm reading these to see.
No times. There's no evidence whatsoever that my clients even know her. So other than what they've seen about her on TikTok, that she's a professional scam artist is what the evidence is going to show. Thank you.
All right. So, counsel, do you object if she testifies from the table? Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, very good. All right, so ma'am, this would be your chance to put on your case, and
thank you for the gifts.
Stay away from she's and hers because there's two respondents, so I need you to identify by name.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, she thinks that the attorney's a liar, so we're going through her evidence that she submitted to see if there's any threats like that in here. She said there were 300.
Your Honor, I sent Natasha and Laura.
Objection.
Your Honor, I am just very scared, and I wrote it out just to help me prove the points, but
well, if it's a document that you've written...
Well, everything I'm about to say is I'm going to show you evidence backing up my statement.
I'm showing you her evidence that she turned in, that she claims, thank you, that she wasn't allowed to show so that all of TikTok can see her evidence. We're going through the evidence, okay? And I'm sorry if I'm a little edgy and snappy. You know, this is a little bit much.
Well, you need to testify. If you need to refresh your recollection by looking at your notes, you can do that.
Anybody see any of those threats?
Without reading a statement.
Okay, Your Honor. So I sent Natasha and Laura a cease and desist for them to please stop talking about me. Since then...
Gabby, it's not against the law for me to talk about you.
They are both on live, making a joke out of it.
Yeah, no threats yet. Thank you.
Natasha Brown, I have her on a screen recording, stated, "This is a joke. You're not going to win."
Let's see. This one says, "You're not capable of telling the truth. You're nothing but a liar." On point so far. You're a fucking idiot. Again, on point. That wasn't a real C&D. You can't talk about him, blah, blah, blah. You treat everyone like dirt. This person's on point. Still, I don't see any threats of violence or harm.
and I'm not going to stop talking about you. And she said the words, I'm going to wipe.
Well, I don't know who said these messages, Amanda. This is the evidence that Gabrielle Jacobson turned in against myself and Natasha Brown, claiming that this was nothing but threats of violence toward her and her mother, her, her partner. This was her evidence. No, don't be sorry. I'm sorry if I sound snappy. I don't mean to be. I'm a little short-tempered right now. I apologize. But yeah, this is the evidence that was turned in. When was what? This recording was from our hearing on January 28th of this year.
With my butt. Your Honor, Natasha Brown and Laura Harding, I can't go on a live stream without them making fun of me, talking about my body parts, saying nasty things on live about me. They have posted my address.
Objection, Your Honor. She's reading from a script.
Okay.
And this is part of her TikTok script.
Okay.
Right? She lied about everything.
Again.
She's continuing to lie about everything. Like I said, this was the evidence packet she presented to the court. But last night she said she turned over 300 unalive threats to the judge and they just threw them out. So I'm looking through the stack of evidence that was provided to that judge and the multiple judges. Let me show you the multiple judges. You see here? This was in Florida when it started, when she filed in Florida. December 31st. She went in front of a judge and was denied. Okay? December 31st, November, December, and then again in January. So we're going over the evidence. So you guys can help me find, maybe I'm blind and could not find them, because I'm old.
Yeah, without using your...
I'm sorry.
Well, she says she had a lawyer on that C&D she sent to me. The paralegal swore that they were working and reaching out on behalf of Gabby's attorney. Mimi paid her supposedly money to get an attorney. She initiated this lawsuit, so it was her responsibility if she thought she needed an attorney. You see, she was listening to Bison Bigback, illegal counsel from Michigan, and thought she could have this in the bag. But anywho.
So ever since my phone number and address were doxxed, I've gotten violence of threats, a rape threat, and just harassment.
Objection,
Every
Your
time.
Honor. Facts not in evidence. She never alleged anything regarding rape in either petitions. So she's bringing in extrinsic, new facts.
And this is the evidence she presented that was thrown out because she could not verify that myself or the person she was trying to lay all this shit on were the people that even sent these that have no threats in them whatsoever. Their opinions.
Your Honor, I have everything that I would like you to see, please.
Okay, well, we are in a court of law, so the rules of evidence are going to apply. So if you have exhibits, there's a way of introducing them.
We're showing
Also,
you her exhibits.
Miss Laura Harding has posted pictures of my son, has talked absolutely nasty about my son, posting his IEP, talking about his IEP, telling me that I'm a shitty mother, and how they are calling CPS, weaponizing law enforcement, making a joke, laughing about it, getting all of their followers to call. Laura Harding stated that she would call SSI and to tell everybody to call SSI to get my Social Security taken away from my son. Also, the last couple of days in the court, before court, Natasha Brown, and I have her on a recording, stated that she's going to be in the courtroom, and she said that I want her to walk past me so I can see if she smells like tuna and cornfish. Then I have it on a recording that Natasha Brown is going to take pictures and recording me outside of the courthouse. And same thing with Laura Harding. Also, I have a screen recording that Laura Harding called me a cunt. I'm sorry.
Do you have it? Make sure you're recording this, you stupid cunt.
And twat waffles.
I'm
Also,
none of this is in her petition.
Okay.
None of this. This is all. I'm asking her to be. Whatever's in her petition is obviously what she could talk about. Now we're talking about
Thank you.
rape and twat waffles, whatever the heck that is.
Your Honor, this was just a couple days ago.
Okay, well, okay. We need to stay focused on what's in the petition because that's what you're here for.
I'm sorry, I just want people to be able to see.
Filed.
Let them come in. Maybe they'll learn something. This is her evidence. She wants her voice heard, her evidence seen by TikTok land. So we're making sure TikTok sees what she presented to the judge. You know, and I'm having you help me look for those threats because, by golly, whoever made those threats needs to be held accountable.
So, if you could, go through what is in your petition and
It's not my number. There's no date.
Explain. You'll need to try to move those into evidence.
I don't see any threats here. I see some harsh language, but no threats.
All right, Your Honor. So when Natasha Brown has doxed my address and phone number, all of them were included in phone calls over and over again. I had threats of saying, I'm going to go kill yourself.
Again, this is her evidence. Are you guys seeing anything that she's stating right now to the judge in her evidence?
I believe there's a direct correlation with Natasha and my safety for these threats. Also, there has been, since my address was put out there,
Oh, and I believe this woman here, this Breonna Thompson, that she turned in as evidence against myself and Brownie, is actually a friend or an ex-mod. So, I mean, I don't know what this woman has to do with me. This is the only one she actually provided dates for as well. Weird. See what real text messages look like? They have a little date on them. These don't. Weird. Weird. So weird. 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 So weird.
me. I have all the evidence up with Craigslist and the phone calls, Your Honor, and the threats and the rape threats. Also, I have a lot of exhibits I would like the court to see with Laura Harding and what she has said about my son and how she posted pictures.
I've said he's not autistic. If you don't stop breastfeeding him when he doesn't need to be and you keep doing the nasty shit you and Aaron do in front of him, that he's going to grow up to be a pervert. I've also said that if he had ever bit my children, you know, because you were laughing about him pushing the little girl and bloodying her nose and biting hunks out of another kid, that if he had ever bit my kid, I would have busted his ass and yours. That's what I've said. Still not illegal.
My son, that needs to be shown. My son doesn't deserve this, Your Honor, and they're not going to stop. And Natasha stated that if nothing happens today, that
I stand 10 toes down on every fucking thing I've ever said on this internet.
She is going to go online and blast the law firm and tell me, make me the worst person it's a mockery. And I'm scared of what she's going to do if I don't get that PPO.
Okay, so did you have...
Oh, this evidence that she turned on in here where it says, ever heard of a noose and stuff, this was actual screenshots that her mod Pinka was sent, which I'm pretty sure Gabby and Aaron sent those to Pinka back in the day. Still had nothing to do with me.
Exhibits that you wanted to try to introduce?
Oh, look. She turned in evidence about her SSI. Oh. Well, Gabs.
Because there's predicates, so... Okay, you'll need to show them to council.
When would you like me to go with the Laura exhibits?
Well, we've just handed...
Have we seen an unalive threat yet out of, we are on 85 of the 143 screenshots she turned in. Most of these are duplicates because she does have that extra chromosome.
The attorney 3 stacks of paper, so give him a minute to look through it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
And then we'll have to go through each one individually.
Yeah. Maybe Brianna, maybe she should take you to court. Who knows?
Also here. I'm so sorry.
And
The only ones with
this looks like something
dates
different
and time.
that was not in the, some of these look something different that were not in the original. There's improper foundation here and hearsay to the first step.
Multiples.
A just for identification.
There's nothing to authenticate any of those. There's nothing.